1 Yutan against number 8 Exeter Milligan Friend in Class C2. Remember last year, the 8th seed Bergan Catholic out of Freeman won it all in this class. Will there be another 8-over-1 upset in 2026? Yutan 22-2, but it is EMF, the 18-7 Bobcats, who open up with the 3. A.J. Mueller from the left wing. Yutan looking to respond to the early deficit, and they go to the senior to do it. Isaac Couch, leading scorer on the year, puts it in. And then the three-point shot starts to go. Carson Jury, a senior, who provides offense off the bench. Brady Bresson, 6'6". He's the tallest player out there, but he's nimble as well, sidestepping the defense. Puts it through. 10-7 at that point in favor of EMF. But Yutan finished the quarter strong. They have a 6-point lead early in the second, and another bucket out of the scrum. That's Isaac Couch. Transfer from Meade, heating up from 3. From the neighboring school district, moved over for his senior year. He's a 1,000-point scorer on his career. Bresson trying to keep his 8-seed Bobcats in it. Cuts the deficit to 8. But it was a second quarter that belonged to Yutan. Here it is from 3. Carson Fools, not a big scorer, but provides the big bucket there. It was a 20-8 Yutan second quarter. And a comfortable lead heading to half number 2. It's up to 20 points here, and another bucket for the Chieftain. They're able to grow that advantage. The EMF, despite being down 20 for the bulk of the second half, never stopped fighting. Brett Kalhoff got that bucket. There's too many plays like that for Ryan McGuire, the 6-foot junior, who finished the game with 20 points and 18 rebounds. Here's Nathan Daniel, steal, and the lay-in, and it's all Chieftains. 20-point cushion heading to quarter number 4, but EMF hanging around a little bit better in the second half. They were only outscored by 2 in the third quarter. There is their tall junior Bresson, 2 of his 16. They only got outscored by 2 in the fourth quarter. But it wasn't going to be enough. They needed to do more than just hang around in this ball game. The 1 seed Yutan, dominant team that is known for its defense, scrapping. And on offense, getting the loose basketball. They won the rebound battle by 5 in this ball game, and they ended up winning the game by 20, 62-40.
Bringing our player of the game, Ryan McGuire. All he did was get 20 points and 18 rebounds before noon, by the way. Not bad. Ryan, congrats on the win. Defensively, I'm really impressed by the way you guys lock in. Coach said that's not always the most fun thing to practice, but what do you guys do to lock in defensively game in, game out?
We just preach it. I mean, we got a bunch of dogs. We really preach defense, toughness, family. Yeah.
Coach talked about, in particular, your effort in the offseason to get better, getting in the gym. What have you done since last year's state tournament to get ready this time around?
Yeah, I'd say last year's state tournament kind of lit us up. We knew we wanted to get back here and get 3 wins because the job's not finished, and yeah.
Regardless of who you play the rest of the way, what is it going to take for Yutan to finish the job? What do you guys need to do to win a title this year?
Again, defense, toughness, family, and fall back on our habits.
It's that simple. Ryan, congrats on being our player of the game. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
In the first half, they were able to kind of stay with each other as Pender, hoping that their girls' success would rub off here on the boys, making their first trip to state since 1992. And Bergan hit some threes early in this basketball game. Pender worked hard and ended up staying even on the boards in the second quarter. But a hot hand early was right here, Cale Sheets. First of his 3 threes in the first quarter of play. And when it wasn't outside, here's our player of the game, Baker, get the board and the bucket. 11-4, an early 7-point lead, but we come right back at it. And Pender is going to drop down back-to-back buckets, led here by Trevor Trimble. And there's the end of the second quarter. 3-pointer for Cale Sheets to start the second quarter. How about we do it again? And that really set the tone for the rest of the half. And eventually this basketball game, it went from 2 to 8. And then you see Baker with one of his blocked shots, still trying to hang in it from 3-point land. Knocking one down is Carter Hansen. 38-26, and right at the halftime buzzer after making free throws, going in to steal it was Xander Welsh. And he must have lost some of his Superman powers in the jersey switch there because it was damaged and he had to go change his jerseys. And even though we got a nice start there to the second half from Trevor Trimble, there wasn't much more after that. The whole third quarter belonged to Bergan. They took this from 10 to 21 and just continued to add on. If you needed a three, call Sheets, and Noah Paulson says, okay, it looks easy enough from this wing, I'll continue to do it. Move into the fourth quarter and down by 21, trying to get something started here with the baseline jumper from Carter Hansen, but there just wasn't enough of it. Good passing again here by the big men of Bergan, and finishing it off, good 1-2 combination there by Milnerick and Baker. And Bergan just went on a huge run and went from 20 to 30 points and went on to put this basketball game away. So,
all right, let's bring in Gavin Baker. Gavin, hey, great job today, man. 18-8, just towering over everybody. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. We had a good dominant win right there, so feeling pretty good about it.
All right, that first half, you weren't as involved as you'd have liked to have been. Tell me what switched from half number one to half number two?
We really brought our defense, and because they were hard on us at the beginning of the game, so then we had to pick it up on our defensive end, which brought the offense, which made me able to open up on the offensive side.
Gavin, you guys were here last year as the underdog. Has the mentality changed for you as a player, or is it stayed the same?
It's pretty much stayed the same. Just go out there, play as hard as we can, hopefully get the win.
How much do you love your teammates?
Oh, I love them a lot. We built great team chemistry throughout the years. I've been playing with them since around third grade. So, I mean, it just means the world being down here with them.
What will you have to do as a player, Gavin, to get back to the state championship and cut down the nets for the second straight year?
Bring the defense as hard as we can, bring the effort as much as we can, and pretty much just play as hard for as long as we have to.
Fantastic. Gavin Baker of Bergan Catholic. Gavin, congratulations. Good luck Friday, man.
Go ahead and look at some of the great plays of this afternoon's ball game, because we weren't sure without Isaac Cronin, unfortunately also a senior, whether Valentine would be able to hang in this basketball game after they got down 9 at the half. And a couple of quick buckets to get things underway between two teams from totally different parts of the state. But as this first quarter got underway, both teams were able to score early on, and after a long drought, as you can see, it was 6-5 with 2 minutes to go. Owen Buss cans that three. It ends up getting to 11-4, a free throw, and then a three-pointer from the left wing there for Dominic Bebout. 3 of his 22 in the ball game. 12-8 steal here. This is where the comeback continues. Nice assist and another layup in there for Bebout. They eventually get this thing tied at 12, but then Freeman makes the run again. Three-pointer. They'll go up 23-16. Hansen had the hot hand in the first half of this basketball game from the outside for Freeman. So down 9 at the half, some points started coming, and here is a backdoor layup, giving them, I guess at the time, would have been a 10-point lead, but then we get a couple of threes raining down here from Valentine to start clawing their way back into this basketball game. Down 5, 2 seconds to go in the quarter, Bebout to Bebout, and as you can see right there, that was a two-pointer, but it was counted as a three. I wanted to see it a second and third time. So, again, don't say, well, it shouldn't have went to overtime, because it would have been played differently down the stretch. But the threes just kept raining down here, and Valentine eventually takes the lead on the three-pointer from Tristan Bebout, 44-42. And they're not down for long, because another three coming down from Buss. The Buss brothers, Easton and Owen, exchanging threes in this basketball game. 45-44, we're under 2 minutes to go. Another three, and all of a sudden Stankowski starts coming out of nowhere with a three late, and then another three in overtime, and there is the putback at the buzzer. Everybody focusing on White, and Jaden Weiss came in and got the offensive putback to send this game into overtime. And this is where the backdoor baseline alley-oop for the two ties it at 49. Had some exciting plays all game long. Now a three to take the 52-49 lead. Buss knocks down one. Eventually, they're going to get this up to 56-52, 55-51 right there, I should say. And then they come back on the other end. There's Stankowski. That is a money three ball. All that in the first 2 minutes of overtime. And here's the final play off the 2 missed free throws, bust coast to coast, pinballs off 3 bumpers in there as Donovan Trumbull, defensive players. And here is the final inbounds play, trying to time the jump there of Barrett Ideas, the 6'7" sophomore, able to deflect the inbounds pass, and Valentine not able to get a shot away. 57-56, Freeman in overtime.
Easton, Valentine at the line. They're up 1. Free throw is missed. Take me through the moments after that led to the game winner.
We had a set drawn up, or if they made it, we knew what we wanted to do, but in times like that, if they miss it, just got to get it and go, and we work on that all the time in practice. We do situations like that all the time, and I knew we were down 1, so it's either get to the rim and finish, be strong and finish it, or go to the foul line and put some free throws in.
What was that like when you saw the ball go through the net to put your team ahead?
Honestly, I knew there was still time left, so I was just trying to match up and get back on defense because we got killed in transition, but after that, just felt really good.
Last season, you guys were the 1 seed, got upset in the opening round. Now, your senior year, you're celebrating a win in this fashion. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. All season since that moment from last year, we had a sour taste in our mouth, and we knew we wanted to get back here, and now we have a chance for revenge on Friday. So,
yeah, Bergan, they're up next. Do you like that you get that matchup?
Oh, yeah. We're going to be ready.
Well, you were ready here with 8 seconds left tonight and got the game winner. Congratulations. Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you.
The number 4 seed Tigers out of North Bend. The number 5 seed Knights out of Norfolk Catholic High School. 23 wins for North Bend, 22 wins for Norfolk. These teams both score in the 60s, expecting an exciting competitive matchup. And competitive it certainly was. A physical game. Athletics on display, both sides. Early on, it's Braxton Waddle getting the 2, and then an offensive rebound for Ryder Brubbitz. He rises up, puts it back in, and the Tigers are off to a hot start. Meanwhile, Norfolk Catholic, the opposite. As a matter of fact, the Knights missed their first 10 shots from the floor and their first 10 free throws. There was Cash Hunnish. He didn't miss. 15-0. Start to this ball game. After the first 2, things start to go Norfolk Catholic's way. And again, they missed their first 10 shots, and Gavin Shutt and company hit their next 7 shots to finish out the first half. It was 21-18, North Bend Central leading going to the 3rd quarter. And another big-time bucket for Hunnish. But Norfolk Catholic got hot again. After missing their first 2 shots of the second half, Callan Marshall and company found their range, and they made their next 8. Ridiculous. Coda Bear doesn't want the season to be done. The junior son of the coach, big-time shot. It's a 4-point game here late in quarter number 3, but not for long. Callan Marshall connects once more. And how about Marshall again? Found his range, missed all of his shots in the first half. Norfolk Catholic feeling good heading to the 4th quarter. They outscored North Bend Central by 10 in the 3rd. Exploding to the hoop for a bucket is Braxton Waddle. But the defense for Norfolk Catholic just so tough to penetrate. North Bend Central struggling to find some offense. Here's another look at a Brubbitz bucket. But they never got the lead in the 4th quarter. Stayed down 2 possessions the entire time, and Norfolk Catholic able to close it out and get a 48-40 win.
Let's bring in Gavin Shutt, our player of the game. Gavin, you said on your way over here it's one of the weirdest games you've ever played in. What changed first quarter to second quarter? What was the message from your team? What were you telling each other on the court to try to get back into this?
Just punch back. To be honest, we came out, we got punched in the face, so we had to just punch back and fight our way to the end.
North Bend's a team that, they can really get you in rotation. Defensively, how did you settle in? How were you able to slow them down offensively in the second half?
We did a 1-3-1 back into our 2-3, and it's hard to play against a 1-3-1, especially when you're as long as we are. So I mean that helps, and we practice defense more than most teams practice offense. So I feel like that has a big deal with it.
We're at state, it's a different atmosphere, so you're not able to do the thing you guys normally do, which is everybody comes around and throws towels on you and stuff during an interview. But what has this team been like to play on? You guys seem like a fun group to be around.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Every day we have a lot of fun. It's just a big brotherhood. We hang out outside of practice. Yeah, it's a big family.
Yutan's up next. What's it going to take to beat the Chieftains?
A lot better shooting than that. We'll definitely get on the gun tomorrow, but you can expect the same fight from us all 4 quarters.
Well, Gavin, great job today. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.